And it doesn't have to be an overt or a publicly displayed kind of talent. But people have very, very calm, gentle ability that they can organize things, they can just be able to do things in a particular way. It's not a very obvious talent, right? It's like an overt talent. But people have that hidden kind of thing, but they add a lot of value behind the scenes. Isn't it? Right? People don't know how to add value behind the scenes. They move things, they move church, as they do things a lot. Right? So even if what you can do is not an obvious thing, like you can come and maybe you can come and sing the God means, right? Even if what you can do is not an obvious thing, right? It can still be developed and also monetized as well. Now say after me, my talent is my business. My talent is my business. So I'll be sharing something that will break down this entire thing for us in a very, very simplified manner, and something that I learned from scripture anyway. Because the point about me is that I speak. I'm an motivational speaker. I speak and I'm inspired to speak, right? And I pick out a lot of things that can help people to practically take action on certain things. So I'll give you a mathematical formula, right? That if you are able to understand it at a glance, there's nothing that you cannot produce. Right? There's nothing that you cannot be able to produce from what you already have. So in your notes, just write P squared, right? They don't on the screen. Just write P squared equals to, let me show you the formula. Let me just read it out to you so I don't miss out any letter from it. Alright, P squared equals to F plus V plus K plus T plus P plus G plus K plus L. Okay, alright, P squared equals to F plus V plus K plus T plus P plus G plus K plus L all over D. Okay. This is my own way of giving you the formula for refining your talent into a business. It's a very simple formula that I got from a part of the scripture that I'm sure it was later on, but this is not a biblical teaching, but it's a business class. It happened. So most people always start their journey to business by trying to identify what they can sell. Okay, can I sell 50K? Can I start a supplement? Your business does not start by you looking for what to sell or what to produce. It starts from a deeper place, right? And I call it this way, like purpose and promise. In other words, each human being was designed to function from a deeper place, deeper than you want to have a job, just to make 7 figures or make 8 figures. No. You were designed to operate from a deeper place. So the thing about me is that I found myself before I began to find my business. Hello? I'm teaching you something that will actually make you live a stable life. If you are able to produce things from your core, not from what is trending or what is on social media, because as a life will always change and evolve. But you yourself, you have an eternal deposit of gifts inside of you. And you also have an identity that is given from God. So if you are operating from that place, you can produce multiple businesses. Because this is my purpose in life. I was designed to do this particular thing. Right? So it is very dangerous to live your life based on what to eat and what to wear. What is it's a very dangerous way to be. Don't even get a job because you want to just have income coming in. It's a very low level of thinking. That's the basic level of thinking. So and if you can grab this I'm pushing to you today, you will never be fortunate anymore in your life. Because if when you are looking for it, you feel like, no, I know what I can produce from inside of me. Right? So the first P here is about its purpose and promise. What is the thing that you know that you have been designed for? What have you been wired for by God? What makes you different? Alright? And that's why I don't envy anybody. I don't envy anybody because I understand my makeup. I know what I can produce. I know my ability in God. Right? So if you are able to now discover that okay, maybe you are this. I know don't give me three different phrases. Three different ways to describe myself, and calling me that this is personal to me, and I will share it. But that way I can do very powerful. Maybe three different sentences that this is who you are. So I function from that place, not just from me. So I don't talk or pray as a businessman. No, I pray from my purpose. And okay, God, this is who I am. So I have to do this. I have to pray here. And things are happening because I don't function from what's happening in the economy. No. From what's happening with me, I produce my own life. Out of you flows the issues of life. So I'm referring you back to you. That do you know you? Do you know how much you carry? Do you know how valuable you are? Your purpose is the first thing that you must discover before you start thinking about starting something. So that's the first P, promise and purpose. Then the first F speaks about faith. Now people think that faith is a very spiritual thing, like here and there, but faith is actually a practical thing. It means seeing beyond where you are. Now, funny thing is that when I was working as an employee, right, somewhere in Lagos, in Lagos, I often used to close my office door for about an hour by myself every day. Just be there and I'll be meditating and be picturing my future. Then you like, what are you doing there? Don't worry. I'm just by myself. Every day for like about a year, I was my own the next door. I'm just picturing the future about my life. And those times I was creating things, I was planning things I was not doing physically. But I was always seeing myself going to places and doing the things that are bigger than me. I was seeing myself earning a lot of money already, just by doing by myself. So do you have those times where you are able to envision your life? Because your talent only has as much value as the faith that you put into it. For instance, the Wright brothers, right? They made an aeroplane, isn't it? And guess what? Those two brothers they were actually bicycle repairers. Hello. Those two brothers, they were actually bicycle repairers. But from their bicycle workshop, they produced an aeroplane from a bicycle workshop. It could make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, bicycle repair, a bicycle, or you produce an aeroplane because they saw something much more than that. I think they have vision that, okay, I can make this thing to go better. I can also make something to fly as well too. And they began to produce the engine, like they actually designed the engine to make it to fly. Hello? So even if you're not seeing something happen in your life or in your family, you can be the one to produce that thing. Oh my God. Anyway. Just why. Alright. Means that I never actually saw myself doing anything, one of these things I'm doing today. I never saw myself doing it in school then. But when I saw it in the inside, I had to produce on the outside. And today I have about 6 different staff in my company. Right? And I'm adding more to as time goes on. But I don't see on but I saw it later on. I can actually produce some of these things. And it's happening today. Right? So what do you I saw that I could do this and I added that to my natural writing talent and I produced a publishing company out of it. Alright, of course, I mean, right, I've added faith, I've added purpose to it. So this way equals to what? F plus what? V stands for virtue. And that virtue actually means two things. It means excellence and energy. Say after me, excellence and energy. Excellence, energy. So virtue actually means excellence and energy. So it means that there's a way you can refine crude oil, like it will move from a very black crude depth to become fine clean petrol, diesel, fine clean kerosene, fine clean aviation fuel, fine clean paraffin wax. There's a way you can refine your natural lifting that it will not become appealing to kings. Hello. See, you know that. If I tell you how far writing and this thing I'm doing today has taken me in this world alone, I've been to nations virtually now. Anyway, that's on Zoom anyway because that's what I'm all over the world. Alright, I've been to nations, met people that I would never met in my life if I was just doing anything I was doing before. Just by virtue of doing that, they don't come in Nigeria and speak to me. I speak to people that are from English, filmmakers. I'm like, how did I get here? Because I consistently refine my writing over the past 10 years. Refine what I do. So can you be able to, add to your faith and virtue? So can you add excellence and to what you do that people be like, there is one thing in Lasu, she knows how to make her like this, call her to you, and things will look for you. I also like to give an example of a guy in the Bible that I like so much. Now, don't miss that. The Bible is not just any other book, it's a life book. Anyway, so the guy called David, right? David was just a natural guy that was, a normal shepherd boy. But, the king was sick and said, see, I've seen the son of Jesse somewhere that can be able to play the harp, play him for me. Somebody in the king's palace named David. David was a small, but David was a guy that was refining his gift over time. And was called to the palace. So even if you are on campus, how are you refining what you already have? Hello? How are you refining what you know that you can do? Don't take it for granted. I don't care what that talent is, I know that you know how small it is. What you add to it that makes it valuable. Alright, so this stands for what? Excellence, and number 2, energy. You know what I've discovered? That every young person has energy. We have energy, we have strength, we have a lot of things going for us. You know, but we channel the energy towards the wrong. We have energy physically, mentally, ritually, emotionally. Right? So what are you channeling that energy to? Right? How are you channeling your energy? Where is it going to? Is it going to movies, to girls, to drinking all the time? Like, come on, see, you can only be a youth once. You can only be a youth once. I'm telling you that I'm enjoying my youth so much. Like I've had the best fun in my life, serving God, doing a lot of things. Like I've had the best fun serving as a youth. And you can only be a youth once. So how are you putting your energy to work? So F plus V. Next one is K. That speaks about kindness. Now let me just say this to us now. I'm sharing with you things that are not in any book. They are unusual things that have worked for me. So just follow what I'm teaching. How does kindness help you to build a business? Do you know that there is nothing that you are looking for that is not in somebody's hand already? I tell you, there is no poverty anywhere because every human being has at least money in their pocket. Do you know? Even a poor man that's begging has money in his hand. So everything they are looking for is in somebody's hand. So, but people are so mean. This world is so mean. People are like, they will drag you on social media about what you even did right. They will drag you everywhere. So if you can be kind, you can meet people that will change your life. Hello? I'm telling you things that are not in books. These are things that if you are able, from today, start being kind to people, to your cousins, to your parents, to your teachers, just give them gifts. Just show kindness any way you can. It will open doors for you beyond what you can even imagine. Hello? If you can be kind. Anyway, just my time. I don't have time. Alright? Sorry, let me just check what I want to just share with us before I move on to my final points here. Alright, so your talent is not enough. It's what you add to it. That the things that you add to it. Alright, it's the things that you do what? Yeah. So ask yourself, what am I adding to myself? How am I adding to myself here? How am I adding to myself? So it says what? It says something here. To virtue, you not have what they call knowledge. Say knowledge. Add to your virtue knowledge. That's the key part again. Add to your virtue knowledge. So let me ask you, you know that I've read more books after I finished school than I read when I was in school. Do you know that? I've read more books, I've studied more things, taken more courses than I did when I was on campus. Why? Because there's so much to know, and your mind is vast. You can put a lot into your mind. You can master any skill. Say after me, I can master any skill. You can master. I don't care what you study in school, maybe a science or art. I don't care what you want. If your purpose and your life goes to a particular direction, you can master the skill in that direction. I don't care what it is, whether it is coding, whether it is whatever it is. If your P square aligns with that path, you will be able to build the competence in that area. Hello? So you ask yourself what knowledge. There are so many things out there to learn. See, and know what happens? Knowledge shapes your mind. It shapes your worldview and makes you think differently about life. Knowledge, not just all this kind of, because see, there's so much filth on social media that if you don't filter what you are seeing, you'll become a part of the mess. Alright? So what are you pouring into your brain? What's in your brain? Alright? What's in your brain? Let me just move on as I round up my teaching today. I'll share maybe a few stories that will inspire us as well. So so add to knowledge, add temperance, right? Let me call it, that's the T now, self-control, temperance, self-control. You know that, anyway, add self-control to that, right? Because when you start making money, right, there's a way you can get into our head, and you begin to misbehave because you have some few money in your account, and you're like, okay, there's a way liberty, money, and having opportunities can make you misbehave as a young person. So if you're able to keep a low profile, keep a balanced mindset like that, as in you will be able to not make certain mistakes that people are making today. All right. You know that in 2016, when Trump was trying to get into power in the US, they went to go and look for all the women that he has slept with, and maybe as in about 50 women came and said, this Trump guy, when I was in university, he did this to me. When I was in secondary school, he did this to me. I'm like, one man, about 50 men came up, and 50 men came up, and they were telling him that this man actually did this to us when we were with him, because he was a billionaire already and everything, so he was misbehaving because of his money. But those things never go, those things will always come back to haunt you later on. So while you are building a profile, building a brand, how are you maintaining a low profile? How are you keeping your head under the water? Let God be the one to announce you at the right time. Don't try to add things to yourself that is not supposed to be there yet. Self-control makes you be to manage your time, your money, and also manage your relationships as well too. Now, just to wrap all of this up now, I'm just about say 5 or 10 minutes, but I'll just rush through it, because this I'm sharing with you today are things that worked for me and is still working for me. Alright, so I said, okay, yeah, kindness, that's the other key. Then I said something here about charity. That's, sorry, I have just, alright, so there's the G about godliness, alright, that's, to me, I've gotten a lot of things that could have not come to me if I did not have access to God. If I didn't have access to God. I'm telling you. Right? That access to God gives you a whole lot of opportunities that you cannot even be able to estimate in naira or in dollars. You cannot estimate that at all. You cannot estimate it at all. Alright? Then moving on again, there's now finally, right, kindness and also charity. That's the last thing I have here. That's love. Right? Love for people, love for solving problems, love for your nation, and also love for yourself as well. So, love for yourself as well too. So now moving on to my final part of my presentation today, is now talking about how I now got into this whole publishing thing that I'm doing today. So before now, I never used to even see myself as a businessman at all, like doing anything in business. I never saw myself doing anything like that. But when I began to now see the picture about my future from my P4 now, right? And outside that, you can actually build a publishing company out of your writing. How do you do that? Help people to write their thoughts into books. Take their thoughts from their head and make it into books and make it go around the world. So I was like, okay, wow, that's actually path to world. That's amazing, because I discovered that every human being has a story to tell, isn't it? So I was like, okay, that's amazing. What if I'm able to now turn my creative writing skill into a product and into services that people will now be going to pay me for, right? And I began to now upskill myself in writing, in design, in publishing, all of that. I picked up so many skills over the past 5 to 6 years now, and those skills are still paying a lot of money till tomorrow. Alright, so what I did was that I identified my number one unique talent, which is being able to write. Because when I was on campus here, 2013, 2012, I was praying at the chapel, and I heard God say to me that Tobi, put your destiny in what your hands and your mouth can do. And that word became like my driving force for many years. That as in what your hands can do and what your mouth can do. So if you can speak, you can write, you can teach, you can train. Right? And I felt, okay, yes, these things are not just talents, they are businesses. Right? I added all of these things to it. I added faith, vision, skills, knowledge, and all of this, and that became what it is today. Alright? I'm telling you that as in MDs of companies, they call me to do their writing for them. As in people that are top Nollywood actresses and film directors that are Tobi, come and do this work. As in I'm one of those people now in our clientele. And I'm like, how did I get here? How did I get here? Because somebody has seen my work and like saying, I know one guy, Tobi, call him, and I get calls every week. It's my phone. I get calls every week from different big people all over the world. Just to do what? To help them to take their thoughts from their head to the world in different formats. Right? In screenwriting, in books, in all of those things. Right? So many things that you see in the world are mostly written by people like us, because those guys up there, they don't have time to write or to even do anything. But we now, so they hire people like us to do the work for them. Meanwhile, their names are still on the cover. John C. Maxwell, Tony Robbins, but meanwhile, there are people like, as they call people like us to do the work for them in the background, while they have the foreground. But of course, they pay us very well for that kind of thing. Alright, so that's how I started this, and I'm still going to continue to do it for as long as I will do that.
But meanwhile, I'm also creating a different persona again from myself. From that same P square that Toby, a lot of people are going through a lot of traumatic experiences in life, right? How are you going to be able to help them to translate what you already have, so you to help them find emotional healing? So I found journal therapy, and Toby, you can actually become a therapist, but not just a therapist, but a journal therapist. So I am also a therapist as well, so, and I help people to overcome issues of traumas, of rape, all those stuff. And like people have gone through my courses and everything, and they've actually found healing, they've found help, administering what I also learned, and still treating and therapy together again. So can you see that I've added different skill sets to just being able to do creative writing. So the same thing for you as well. So I don't know what exactly is unique about you, but if you're able to add all of the things that I've shared today, add virtue, excellence, energy, add knowledge, add faith, add vision to it, there's a way to become a massive multinational, multi-billion dollar or naira company that the thing is that I believe now that I can actually establish I'm already on the move of that, right now. Alright, I know, it's amazing that I now know that I can establish multiple businesses. It's amazing, and it all comes from here, from inside here. I know I can do it, and I will. It's amazing, actually. Alright, and I'm now calling myself now the Oluwatobi company. So I'm separating myself from my business now. I'm establishing a personal company that will be me being the product. Hello, I've started that already last year now. So I'm becoming the product that I'm selling, not just my business now that is not paying me. I'm at the point where it's what I'm producing, my teaching, and all those things that is not producing what I would earn for myself, not just my business money now. I'm separating myself away from what I'm doing as a businessman. I'm paying all of that. So I'm just trying to say to you that there are so many things that you can do, right, with what you already have. I hope that this has been able to inspire you a little bit and give you a perspective, do with your talents and to make a difference with it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for him, please. A round of applause for him. Before we move on to the next, we'll be having an airtime giveaway for those that were attentive. For those people that were attentive, we are going to be having an airtime giveaway now. So I want 2 people to come out. If you know you were attentive, like you're really attentive, just come out. Okay, that's very good. Yes, you can. So he was saying something. He said, he gave us a keyword and he said, how do we... So he said we need something to add to ourselves. Like we need something. We need like he said, we need an attribute to add up to ourselves. Do you know what the attribute is? Knowledge. Oh my God, you are very attentive. Even if I switch the question, you're very attentive. A round of applause for her, please. Okay, what network do you use? Okay. Clap for her. Oh, this is why you should be attentive. Please clap for her. Thank you very much. Okay, the last person, come out now. Oh yeah, now let's do this again. Oh, do you want to come out again? Oh yeah, now come. Okay, so he said he has a company that he wants to give that he has already given a name. So what is the name of the company?
The Oluwatobi company.
If you round of applause for her, like, do you have another network you use? Airtel, okay. Smart girl, please, a round of applause for her. That was amazing. Like that, Thank you very much. So, right now we're going to move on to the next. Right now we're going to move on to the next. we are going to be introducing a wonderful person in our midst. She describes herself as the girl who has been helped by God. Please, a round of applause for her as I introduce her. Her life vision is to inspire hope in people. She helps them discover their worth. She identifies and value in Christ. By the grace of God, she's the founder to the Media Answer brand, a social media marketing and design agency. She is the author to the book Journey to 22. Come on, a round of applause for her, please. Which has been a tremendous blessing to several teenage girls across the world. She's also the founder to the SUW Woman Network and the director to the Pad a Girl Initiative. Wow, that's wonderful. She's the director to the Pad a Girl Initiative by the SUW Woman Network. She's a graduate of chemistry from Olabisi Onabanjo University. She is no other person than Olamide Komolafe. Please, a round of applause for her, please. A round of applause for her. She's wonderful. She's amazing. She's great. Oh my God, you're beautiful, man. I'm shy. I'm very shy. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Toby and to Mrs. Michelle Adesoya for this opportunity. I do not take it for granted. It's actually good to see every one of you. So I want this session to be very interactive. So, hey girl, please permit me to be a playgirl. So I'll be a small girl like this. Okay, so I want to start from talking about myself and how I got to where I am today. So like they said that I graduated from Oluwatobi University, and they were the one that said that I studied chemistry, even though I don't remember what chemistry is. So if you know what chemistry is, congratulations, but I don't know what chemistry is. So 4 years in school and studying chemistry, I got into school, Oluwatobi University, not knowing what I wanted to do with myself. So how did I put in for chemistry? No. So this thing that when they ask you when you are small, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? All of you say doctor. I want to be a doctor today. What do you want to be when you grow up? My cousin was saying, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. I said, okay, God will help you. And yeah, most of you are not doing anything related to what you said you were going to do when you were very small. So me, I didn't, even till my university days, I didn't know what I wanted to do. It was that bad. So, but my mom wanted me to study pharmacy. And I'm like, okay, so me that don't have anything to do before, let's go and do what he said that we should do. So I put in for pharmacy, and because we don't really know book like that, so we get like white or something, jam, I don't know. So by the time I got my admission in Oluwatobi University, I was given chemistry. And I took it because person I know I've worked to do before. What do? You collect it. So I started, and it was tough. I don't know, is anyone studying chemistry here? Anyone? Nobody. You're studying, no wonder shall be looking at me. Oh, how is it going? Just tell me, just me, brief. The chemistry we studied in school as science students is not the same as studying chemistry. I hope you agree. Do you agree? So it was tough because I was not just a book person. So 100 level, 200 level, and then I was not asking myself, what do you want to do with your life? Okay, you're not interested in chemistry. Obviously, any chemistry company or whatever that employ me right now, that company is gonna blow because I don't know what they are doing there. Because I'm like, okay, 200 level, 300 level, Ola, what do you want to do yourself? Chemistry is not working for you. What is this about? Who are you? And then I realized that I was a very creative person. And this is where we get to the point where we say, find yourself. I think Mr. Toby already mentioned that. I'm actually so happy that we are bringing these things to campuses where it is relatable. My 300 level, I had, I think, about 4 carryovers. So 400 level is where, 300 level second semester is where whatever carryover you get, you can fix it in, I think, 400 or so. Am I right? I'm trying to remember. But when you have a carryover in 400 level second semester, you have a spill. Okay, so by 300 level second semester, I already had like 4 or 5 carryovers. And I'm like, okay. So what Oluwatobi University was doing then was,
when you have more than, I think for our, it started in our set, when you have, I think, 4 carryover, maybe like 9 units or something, they won't give you project supervisor. And once you don't do project, obviously you can't graduate. Then I'm like, okay, you know the chemistry, now you still want to have spill again, what do you want to do with yourself? So second semester, then I started looking deep, like, okay, Ola, who are you? So this brings me to the question that we are not just here because we are here. I hope you know that you woke up this morning not because you can wake up. I hope you know, because sometimes I'm left to just ask myself that, okay, what is all this about? Like, why are we here today? Why did we wake up? The truth is, there are people of our age that are no longer here. And for me, I see that every day we wake up, it's another opportunity to fulfill purpose. We are not just, sometimes are you not wondering that, okay, me I have to ask myself some deep questions. Okay, what is life? Why did God create us? Say God is just to play game. How is somebody just wake up one day and before you know somebody else have died? And before you know, okay, what is life about? Like, I don't understand. How will I just see somebody that is sick like yesterday and the person is on the floor, the person cannot move, the person cannot do anything? What is life? And then you realize that life is more than just sleeping, waking up and following the usual routine, getting married, going to school, giving birth and all of those things. What exactly is life? Why am I here? God, I cannot be thinking that you're going to grab up or to play game, because sometimes you're like, Nigeria alone can frustrate you, that you're asking yourself, because we're coming now and we saw an accident. I don't know if you guys heard, at this Lasu road, and I'm like what? So why am I here? I'm not just here to get married, just do life normally and just go. God has a reason why he allowed you wake up this morning. So the question is, why are you here? And my 300 level, I started asking myself those deep questions. I started looking inside, okay, Ola, and then I realized I was a very creative person. Just like we are in class like this. Okay, we're having a class that day, and one of my colleagues was using his phone to design. And I'm like, okay, I was interested. Prior to that time, I knew that, okay, when it comes to arranging the, as I'm telling you can find the things that you enjoy doing. You see those things that you enjoy doing today, that comes easy to you, that I can design for you today and not collect money, because I don't see it as a big deal, even though that is not right. Do you understand why? Because it comes easy to me. I can wake up and do it. Do you understand? So this guy was using his phone. I don't know the name of that application, because I use it to train people, and it's very surprising that I cannot remember. I think, what's the name? Logo Pit. Oh, she was one of my students. Logo Pit Plus. It was using it to design, and I was interested. So I collected the app from him. I went home, and what I did was every night I was just exploring, and I'm sure you will see my design in the century. It's not gonna be a good design. But then I was exploring, and then I realized I was very creative. And then even with food, even with food, I knew how to, just style the food and everything. I'm like, okay, I want to reach out to this part of me that is creative, or that longs for, perfection and, creativity and all of those things. And then, I started designing, I started volunteering for my fellowship. I was an executive, or is it executive at BS school? What they call themselves? Yes, when I was in school. So I volunteered to design for them and all of these things. And then I realized that, okay, I am getting somewhere. I am finding something. And then in my 400 level, another carryover. I still know they use carryover to finish me. That's why I was doing carryover from 100 level, from 200 level to my 400 level. And this is not good. I'm not advising that you should go have carryover. Oh, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just sharing with you my personal experience. And then I think the first thing I should have reminded you guys of again is when I say I am Olamide, a girl that has been helped by God. Because in this same faculty of chemistry, or whatever they call themselves, faculty of science, department of chemistry, where things were, 2 departments in Olabisi Onabanjo University were very strict, chemistry and geology. And then they waived our courses. I knew it was just because of me, because I knew God didn't have an extra assignment for me in Olabisi Onabanjo University. It was simple as that, and I knew I wasn't having any carryover. So that was how I started designing, and I finished school miraculously. I don't want to go into that. And then I went to serve, I started designing and all of those things. And when I was serving, I started asking myself that, okay, I was thinking of positioning. It's not just enough for you to have a skill or a talent. If you are not rightly positioned in a space where, you know, you can even show what you have. I'm like, okay, I'm living, I don't want to finish something like this. It's all this, well, 5,000 naira that I'm still sending you. You know, your parents are asking you, how far? How far? Those questions come. See, inside school and outside school, there are two different ball games. Let's be honest. There are two different ball games. The responsibility outside school is different. So when I was, finishing or rounding up my service, I was asking myself, okay, when you are done now, what will you do? So when I finished, let me tell you what happened. So this is where Mr. Toby said he doesn't envy anyone. So most of my friends got jobs immediately because they were serious people with me. They were not like me. Right? They were serious with whatever they studied in school. So they got jobs and I'm like, okay, where do you start from? If I told you that I was going to be doing social media management today, I would actually be lying to you. And if I told you that as at 200 level, I knew that I would be where I am today, I'm actually lying to you. Just being honest with you. And in the midst of COVID, where everybody was complaining, see, Nigeria is not our problem. You are your problem. Nigeria is not the problem. People are thriving in Nigeria. People are making their money in millions in Nigeria. As I was coming today in the Uber, I heard a conversation, more like an interview, with one lady. And the lady was saying, a 20-year-old girl has started a company where she does, pap, where they produce pap, and they are doing it, she's doing it in big, like she's doing it big. People are making their money in the millions. Forget your age 18. Have you come to social media where people are, somebody was saying that now they want to start doing comedy because like comedy, all these comedians, they are building houses. But then it's funny, right? But then they are making money. People are making legit money in this same Nigeria that a lot of us are complaining that things are not okay. Do you understand? And we're going to get back to leveraging social media for whatever you're doing. I am a social media manager and a graphic designer. I'm proud to be a graphic designer because the truth is, the ladies that are doing graphic designs, we are not plenty. So let us be proud of ourselves. So if you're a lady here and you want to go into graphic design, don't go into graphic design because don't go into anything because there's money in it or because you heard there's money in it. Like Mr. Toby said, you need to find yourself. Whatever you are doing has to align with your purpose. Like, why am I here? So this is going to bring me to, there's something I wrote here after finding yourself and all of those things. And another thing I would say is mission and vision. We're going to talk about mission and vision. Whatever it is you are doing, God is interested in every industry in the world. God is interested in what you are doing, and so God has a mission for you where you are. So the question is, whatever it is you want to do, you need to find, why am I doing this, and does it align with my purpose? Don't just do anything because people are doing it. A lot of people are going into food business because they know that no matter how broke Nigeria is, people will eat. No matter how broke Nigeria is, people will eat. But don't go into food business because of that. If not, you'll be frustrated. You'll be a frustrated rich business person. That's what will happen. Don't go into, like Mr. Toby said, don't go into business for survival. That's the lowest form of thinking. If not, you will never be satisfied or you will never feel fulfilled. You'll just be frustrated. Because the thing is, when you get to that point, that peak where you think money is everything. When you get to that point where you have all the money in your account, you just wake up one morning and be like, okay, what is left? Because humans are never satisfied. You see, that's why you see the rich, they always want to be richer. There's no point where you get to that you feel like, the money in my account is okay. Even if you have 200 billion, you still, because at that point you feel like if I can make 200 billion, I can make more. So that thirst is still there. So you need to go beyond, I just want to make money for survival. I just want to feed my family. You see that I just want to feed my family mentality is what is keeping people where they are. It's not giving them the ginger to move because they feel like, this one I have is enough. I just want to survive. The goal is not survival. The goal is doing what God has sent us to do here. That when you are no longer here, people can point and say, this person did this in my life, or this person is the reason why I am here today. How many people can point at your life today and say that? It's not, see, you will finish me in Lasu. every one of you, you would graduate from Lasu. You would most likely get married. You most likely have children. After that, what next? Okay, you'll be working in the bank, or you'll be working somewhere, or you'll be a social media manager. What next? You see this career thing or this business thing we are talking about, I'm sorry, we can't talk about it and not talk about purpose or apologies. We can't talk about it and not still link it back to God, because it's the reason why we are here today.
Talking about messages, you can be listening to a message on how to build your house. That's the generic title. But God is interpreting something else in your heart, and that's the beautiful thing about the Holy Spirit. Interpret things. So anybody that listens to that message, it was talking about Joseph and the interpretation of Potiphar's dream. Potiphar, yeah. Joseph and interpretation of Potiphar's dream, 7 cows and 7 this thing. And in all of those things, all I was seeing was a stirring in my heart to begin to launch the idea that God has put in my heart. And so I was still like struggling with it and asking myself if I was ready to do it, because it's a capital intensive kind of thing. It requires a lot of money and all of those things. So it became stronger, and then I realized that, okay, at this point, I need to pay attention to the promptings and the nudgings in my spirit. So I had to shut every other thing down, and then I told myself that I was going to go on a retreat. I needed to get clarity on what God wanted me to do, because like I said before, when I had the idea initially, I linked it to my fashion business idea, and I knew that it wasn't even time for me to do my fashion business idea yet. So what was God trying to communicate? And this is where I'm going to. When it comes to there are many visions in our hearts, there are many things that God has placed in our hearts, even now that you are in school. But the way to receive the clarity and the direction for how to go about it is to pay attention to the things that God is communicating to your spirit. And for you to be able to get clarity, you need to shut every other thing that is as a distraction to you. Because a lot of things are legitimate, a lot of legitimate things are distracting us from the core of what God has called us to do. A lot of legitimate things that you feel like, oh well, I have a job and I'm making money. As I when this prompting came, I was working, so I was earning a salary. So it's not as if, oh, I'm looking for something that I want to do to give me money or anything like that. And it's not a kind of business that I would think I want to start doing. I didn't see it as a side hustle. For me, it's purpose for me. So it's not something I would say I want to do as a side hustle. So it was not about, okay, your money or whether you have money or not. It was about the fact that there is a need, and God wants me to meet that need. And so there are ideas that are in your heart that God has placed inside of you that you don't know how to go about it. You're thinking about, how do I go about this idea? How do I birth it? How do I fulfill the things that God has placed in my heart? But I'm just going to tell you today that you need to shut yourself away from everything that is calling your attention, that is dragging you from listening to your inner spirit and listen to what God is saying to you. Then you'll find the direction for it. So when I went for this retreat, it was like a 3 days retreat, and I was just praying. I went off social media. I just wanted to hear God clearly. And then specific instructions started to come to me. Okay, so this is because when the nudging came for me to do it, I didn't know where to start from. Okay, yes, I want to do a Christian merch business. How do I start? Do I just go to a co-market and buy t-shirts and do this and do that? What do I do? And then the Holy Spirit started to interpret things to my heart and say, okay, you are going to do this now. You're going to create some samples. Go to the market, do your test running, create some samples, and then share it to people. I was sharing it with some of my friends, close friends and family. I was sharing it with some of my mentors. In fact, the first work I ever did was rubbish because it wasn't up to standard, and that was because that was like the testing phase for me. I didn't have much ideas about business, but I saw how God was leading and directing my steps every step of the way, telling me what to do and what not to do. And then, at several points in the business, I've gotten to points where I felt stuck, right? I felt like I'm so stuck, I don't know what to do. I don't know the next step to take. And then I see God redirecting my step and telling me the next thing to do part-time. And so one of the things that you need to learn how to do is that no matter, one thing we need to understand is that ideas come from God. I don't care what the idea is. I don't care what the business is. It doesn't have to be Christian inclined, like I said. It doesn't have to be Christian inclined. Like Oluwatobi was talking about his writing business. Olamide was talking about social media management and Canva. Like sometimes I think about, and I'm always saying, I know I say that to you a lot, but I'll say it again. Like I'm truly inspired by your story, because if you really, I know she was joking and laughing about so many things, but when you really sit down and think about it, you ask yourself, how can somebody be this same Canva? She gave me a different perspective to using Canva, because before now I used to think that maybe it's Canva, just Canva, let me just do one quick design and just do something. But she gave me a different perspective to how you can use Canva. And if you, I don't know if you guys follow her on social media, you can check her page, you see the amazing designs that she does. I many times I ask myself, is this lady really sure that she's using Canva to do these designs? Because how can somebody do this? But let me use this word, mad designs on Canva. You're not using Photoshop. People will tell you that you cannot, there's a limit to what you can do on Canva, but I think she has broke that limit, or she has broken that limit. So that tells you that it's not about what you're doing. It has nothing to do with what you're doing. You know, it's about what can you do. An idea is like a seed, yeah? God gives us seeds in form of ideas. What you do with that seed is what determines the outcome, what will come out of it, the kind of fruits that will come out of it. It takes me back to the place in the scripture where was it Elisha met this widow, and she said there's nothing to eat, they want to prepare their last meal and die. And Elisha asked her, what do you have? She said, I don't have anything, no, but I think I have just one jar of oil. And he said, bring that jar of oil, and then gather vessels, yeah, and then begin to fill that one jar of oil into several vessels. And Bible recorded that she kept filling those that one jar of oil into several vessels and it kept filling. So let's imagine that there were 1,000 what do you call that thing? Jars, right? Let's use this big. This is I used to reservoir, 1,000 reservoirs, one jar of Ororo, like Ororo bottle. Let me use it in our layman language. Ororo bottle filled 1,000 reservoirs, and it will have continued filling those reservoirs if there was enough. So what this is trying to tell us is that it's not about what you have, it's about capacity. How much capacity do you have to be able to multiply that one thing that God has given to you? Because everything that God has given to us, we are accountable to it. So your ideas, your talents, your abilities, the visions that God has given to you, your business idea, whatever it is, these things are seeds. What do you do with that seed? Do you plant that seed, or do you look at that seed and begin to tell yourself that I don't know what this seed can do? So it's about what you can do with the seed that God has given to you. So look at the ideas that you have, the talents that you have, the abilities that you have as seeds, and tell yourself that this one seed that God has given to me, I'm going to multiply this seed, and this seed is going to germinate and bring forth harvest to me. How do you allow your seed to germinate and bring forth harvest? You have to continually water it, continually cultivate it, till you get the kind of results that you want. And it's a process. So if you have this get rich quick scheme mentality, you will not get the kind of result that you want in life. There's so much to share, but I don't have time. But I believe that the little that I've said to you today would inspire you and stir in you the capacity to just, you know, bring something out of nothing. Because there's nobody here that is empty. There's nobody here that doesn't have anything. What you have is enough. Even if it's as funny as selling Iru. I've seen somebody package Iru, like Iru, that thing I used to smell, that people are selling for 15 naira, packaged it, and then they put it in supermarkets, and people are buying it. I have a friend, she's selling amala, elubo, Jimmy Barry, elubo, like elubo that you go and buy on the street, but she packaged it well, and then she's selling it at such a very elite way. So it's not about what you have, it's about what you have here, and how you can utilize it to be able to produce the kind of results that you want. So you have to expand your mind, expand your capacity, and let the Holy Spirit breathe upon those ideas. When the Holy Spirit breathes upon the ideas, great things will begin to come out of it, and then you begin to see what that small idea you have can do. So don't limit what you have, don't limit the potentials, whatever it is that you have. Just think of possibilities and think of what can come out of it, and then allow God to, you know, lead you through every process, and you will be blessed in Jesus' name. Amen.
That was massive. That was mind blowing. I picked a lot. I had a lot. Like when she said, make use of what you have. She's trying to tell us not to be lazy because there are some lazy Christians, lazy people that have the ideas. She's trying to tell us not to be lazy. And she said, make sure you associate with the right set of persons, please. If you have, I will not say too much, but associate yourself with the right set of persons, please. But before we go on, we will play a little game. If you use Glow and Etisalat, please can you come out? Just come out. Come out. Glow and Etisalat. Glow and Etisalat. Wow. What network do you use? What network do you use? Both. No, choose one. Glow. What network do you use? Glow. Okay, you pick Etisalat. Alright. So you guys are going to play a game. Please, I need another person. I think these people, they are not going to get. I need another person. Glow and Etisalat. No, you are not going anywhere. Glow and Etisalat. Nobody. This is supposed to be like a competition between Glow and Etisalat people. Come outside. Okay, so you're going to play a game. You're going to be very fast. From talent to business masterclass. From talent to business masterclass. Oh yeah, let's play that game. From talent to business masterclass. Ashidashi. You gave up. You did not even start. Your mindset needs to change. Your mindset. Come on, oh yeah, let's go. I'll start from you because it'll be like saying, oh yeah, let's start from you. No, she said your mindset needs to change. If you say you're going to be poor, you'll be poor. If you say you're going to be rich, you'll be rich. You need to start from somewhere. Oh yeah, let's go.
Alright. From talent to business masterclass. From talent to business masterclass.
Okay, thank you for trying. That was awesome.
From talent to business masterclass. From talent to business masterclass. From talent to business masterclass. From talent to business masterclass.
Okay, nobody wants to give away. What did you say? Okay, you did better, but you're supposed to do 10 straight. 10. From talent to business masterclass. Let me try. From talent to business masterclass. From talent to business masterclass. Oh, Jesus. I tried, but then I wanted somebody to go there, so I'm just going to give you guys the airtime because you came out, you were bored to come out and do something. That is, you have learned something today, so I'm going to give you the airtime. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a round of applause for them. They really tried. That's like a bold step, like she said. When you have something in you, like when God has deposited something in you, you have to work on it. You don't have to sit down and not do anything. You have to work on it. And as you say to yourself with the right set of person, she said she learned something from Brother Toby, and she made money from his initiative. God, my husband must be great, please. So we are moving on to the next person. Just start clapping. Moving on to the next great person. He's a marketing consultant and trainer. He's the author to the book How to Create Massive Results in Minimum Time. That was wonderful. I need to read that book. I really need to read that book. He is the lead consultant of Mike Way Consulting. Is that it? Mike Way Consulting. Is that it? Oh wow. He is the lead consultant to Mike Way Consulting. Lead Way Consulting is a consulting firm that helps individuals and organizations move from where they are to where they could be. He runs private executive coaching programs for top-level executives and a list entrepreneur. Please, executive, God, please just take me to like the I'm sure all of you know what executive is. Like top tires, like big people, and then he's here to like share that idea that he has for executive people with we that are just starting from somewhere. Please, a round of applause for this person. Just keep on clapping. He holds a master art with distinction in media practice for development and social change from the University of Sussex.
Can we give a round of applause to the speakers? I was actually listening to them and they blew my mind. And Mr. Toby must be proud of his wife. She really delivered. Can we give a round of applause? And can we give a round of applause for ourselves too? Okay, thank you so much. So today I'm going to be sharing something very important with us. And it is very important for us all to pay attention. And it is how to sell more in less time, even if you are broke right now, using biblical principles. And I always love the concept of speed. So far you are in the right direction. Elijah was faster than chariots, right? In 1 Kings. So speed in the right direction is possible, right? So what I'm going to be sharing with us today is how do we go from where we are right now to where we really want to be, monetizing what we have. And my case study will be the Bible. Yeah, thank you. So let me just share a brief story about myself. So I've always loved to help people. People consult me. What they can't share with others, they find it easy to share with me. What they can't share with their parents, people just walk up to me. I don't know why, but they just find it easy to share stuff with me. So I was really thinking, how can I make a career out of this? So someone told me that, there is actually a career path that involves training, consulting for companies and all that. However, the person advised me to work with a consulting company so that I can get necessary experience before venturing out on my own. So that was actually what brought me to Lagos. I was based in Ibadan. 2 weeks after my NYC, I decided to relocate to Lagos. And I was being paid 20,000 naira. Imagine a graduate earning 20,000 naira. I was staying with my uncle at Yanopaja, and the company was at Idiroko. So it was as if the 20K wasn't even enough for transport monthly. But what saved me then was that I had NYC. So I was out of my 19.8, I was saving 10,000 monthly. I served in the north, Nasarawa, so I had the opportunity to still save 10,000, right? So that was how my journey into consulting training started. And I worked there for about a year, learning, seeing how the processes are done. And the first time someone invited me to speak, they paid me 20,000 naira to speak for maybe 1 hour. I was like, this is my monthly salary. And they paid me 20,000 naira. The next opportunity I got was they paid me 50,000 naira for 2 hours. So this thing is difficult. Anyway, the next one 50,000, from there 200,000 naira to me, and for 3 hours. Right? So that was how my journey started, and here I am today. So what I think of is basically what is inside of me. Helping people, talking to people finding it easy to share stuff with me. So that was how it started for me. However, I noticed that a lot of people, they have talent, right? They know that, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. Thank you so much. Okay, they know that I'm good at this, I'm good at that. However, they are struggling to make money from it. So what I'm going to be sharing with us today is just how do you go from, are you sure this thing? I don't think that thing is plugged. So, okay. Yeah, thank you. Alright, so how do you go from someone that is broke with talent, however, you want to move to someone that can make a lot of money from what you do. So the first thing I want us to know is that the best salesman on earth is Jesus Christ. And you might want to argue with that, but it is what it is. Only fools doubt proof, right? So, and you have to know that every money you will ever make is by you selling something to someone. There's no shortcut to her. He's making money from his ghostwriting business because there's someone buying. She's making money as a designer and a social media manager because there's someone buying. She's making money as someone into Christian merchandise because there's someone buying. So every money you ever make is by someone buying something from you. So you have to sell something. So there's nothing like I can't sell, it is not my thing, it is not, if selling is not your thing, then brokenness should be your thing. So there's nothing like I can't sell. Of course, we all have ability to improve our selling skills, but there's nothing like I can't sell. So every money you will make is by someone selling something. And I love this quote a lot. In fact, it inspires me a lot. Can we all read it? Can we repeat that again? Skinny salespeople have skinny. How many of us want our children to be skinny? They look like they have kwashiorkor. Because you won't be able to provide for them. You don't have money. You are not selling anything. You won't be able to provide for them. So anytime I'm thinking of my life and I'm scared to sell, I'm always thinking of the consequence, not just on me, but also on my family. Imagine my mom needs something and I could not provide it. And people will say, consultant but she don't get money. So skinny salespeople have skinny kids. So you have to change your mindset about selling. It does not matter whether you are a student or if you are not a student. You have to sell something. You have to sell something. Jesus sold the gospel. Jesus sold the gospel to us. He sold something. So you have to sell something. I know a lot of people will say, what should I sell? I'll make it simple for us. So the first thing you can sell is, you can sell your own product or sell other people's products. She talked about how she sold books, right? Her training. That's her product. However, I can say, your training is a good one. Can I help you sell and also earn commission from that? So there's no reason why you should not be selling. If you don't have a product that aligns with your person, look for someone that is doing what you really want to do and sell for that person. If you sell for that person, you will earn commission from it and you will be fine. I gave this advice to a friend. So she was like, Mike, I don't have money for this. I want to go into bad business. I'm passionate about fashion, all those stuff. So I told her that, okay, whether you have the money to start or not, you still have to sell those bags. You still have to sell those fashion clothes. So the best thing is for you to meet with someone that is already selling those things. Offer to sell for the person, earn commission from it. You can use those money to start yours. So there's no point saying that, I don't have something to sell. Who is selling something you are interested in selling? Then go ahead to sell for the person. And the best way to know how to sell is to sell. It's not by reading it in a book. You have to sell. Go out there and sell. Go out there and write content that will persuade people to buy. So you have to sell. So it's either you sell your product or you sell other people's product. Jesus Christ sold his product. But his disciples, they sold other people's products. In fact, some of us might never have heard of Jesus Christ if they are not disciples. Was it Jesus that preached to you? Was it Jesus that preached to your family? Because most of us are Christians because our father or our mom is Christian. So who preached to you? It's his disciples. They sold other people's products. So it is not enough for you to say, I don't have anything to sell. It's nonsense. You have something to sell. So far it aligns with your belief, it aligns with who you are, it aligns with your purpose. Go ahead and sell it. Another thing is you can either sell digital product or physical product. The gospel was not something physical, yet it sold throughout the world. So digital product is selling intangibles. You sell a course, you sell a book, a e-copy book, and it is not that hard to do. Whatever you know, you have skills, you have education, you have experience, you have some knowledge. Some people really want to get those knowledge. Some of us, we know some things, we've experienced some things in the past. Someone else wants to experience breakthrough we've experienced. Then why not package the solution into something they can buy? Nobody will buy from you because you have an idea. They will buy from you because you have a product. They will pay for the product or the service. So it is important for us to package whatever it is we have inside of us, our talent, our gift, you package it into a product. Make it a product. It could be digital product. Create a course. Create an ebook. People will buy. You can also sell physical products. She sells Christian merch. That's a physical product. But she started with selling courses, digital products. So you can either sell digital product or physical product. Now, this is the ultimate formula for any sales. If you are going to sell anything, it all boils down to this. And I teach this almost everywhere I go. I coach a lot of executives. I train real estate companies, top companies. In fact, this is my first time training students in the last 3 years. That's why I'm so happy when they offer me the opportunity. Like, this is a great opportunity for me. I follow the money anyway. Sorry. So this is what it is. It all boils down to this. If you are going to make sales, right audience plus right message plus right offer plus right media. If you are selling a good product and you are offering it to someone that won't appreciate it, that's all. You won't be able to sell. Irrespective of how good you are with selling, you won't be able to sell because you are casting your pear before swine. That's what the Bible says. Even Jesus knows who he was called to serve. So right audience is very important. Then right message. I'm going to go into it. I'm trying to rush because of time. So your product must match with the audience. Jesus said, I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. So he knows the people he's supposed to be talking to. So you won't see him talking to people that they are not sinners. You won't see him talking to people that are perfect. He knows who he was called to serve. So anywhere he's going, you see how he goes about his mission. Targeting sinners, going everywhere just to meet sinners. So you know your audience. Who exactly should you be talking to? And when I talk about audience, what I mean is that who are the people that need your product and who are the people that can afford to pay for your product? If they need it, but they cannot afford to pay, they are not your audience. They will ask for discount, they will ruin your business. Especially family members. I will not say that. So, another thing I have to say is that most times our money is in the hand of strangers. Strangers, family members are suffering from syphilis. They say, I know where you are going up. You always say something. It wasn't like that. So they are suffering from syphilis. So that is why you need to connect with strangers. Your money is in the hand of strangers. People that don't know your background, they don't know where you are coming from. I can easily collect money from all of you than me talking to my family members. So some of you, the only people that you sell to are family members. That's why you are broke. Don't talk to strangers. People that need your product, people that can afford to pay for your product. Jesus was talking to sinners everywhere. He was moving in the right direction. So speak to your right audience. Now, my time is just short. So demographics, you have to target the age. Some people cannot afford your product just because of the age. The location, there are some Lagos, but there are some places in Lagos that you should not even target if you are trying to sell high-ticket products. So sex, there are some products meant for male, female, income level. Psychographic has to do more with belief than what you can see. What's their belief about this? What's their fear? What's their desire? What do they want? If they want something similar to what your product is offering, they will surely buy from you. Now, right message. A lot of people don't know how to communicate the value their product is offering. A lot of people don't know how to communicate the value their product is offering. We all say we sell features instead of us to be selling benefits. When Jesus was meeting Apostle Peter and everything, he said, I will make you fishers of men. He was focused on what the gospel will do for Peter, not what the product is all about, not how much he knows God, not how much, what he has come to accomplish. He was focused on Peter. He said, I will make you fishers of men. So focus more on your audience, focus more on your customers. Talk about their pain points. Talk about what they need to do. With that, they will be stimulated. They will feel like, oh, this person has something to offer me. So stop talking about the features of your product. Start talking about the benefits. Benefits we always sell over the features. You can then back up the benefits up with features. Maybe you are selling umbrella. You can say, oh, this umbrella will do this for you. This umbrella will do this for you. Why? Because it has this. That's the features. Not you saying that my umbrella has this, my umbrella has that. They don't care. People will buy it that way. But when you put them first, you tell them the benefit of your product to their lives, they will be eager to buy from you. So sell benefits, not features. Now, you have to understand that you can't sell anything if you can't tell anything. Jesus makes use of a lot of stories. It's because stories are transformational. Stories are persuasive. Tell stories of people you've served. Tell stories of how you've worked with others and they see results. You will easily get customers that way. Than you just saying, come and buy something from me. Come on. Share your stories. Share stories. Share success stories. Share before and after stories. Share product discovery story. How do you start what you start? People will buy into the why and key into what you do. So it's time for you to start sharing stories about your business. There are a lot of stories in the Bible. We have the parable of the wise and foolish builder. We have the parable of the sower. We have the parable of the weeds. Jesus told a lot of parables. Then it was intentional. In fact, there was a year, I won't tell us the story because of time. There was a year I decided that anybody that will ever offend me in the next 10 years, till I die, I've already forgiven the person. And what happened? I watched a particular movie. So after the movie, I was weeping. The movie might not happen in real life, but because of the story, I made a decision. So people make vital decisions when they connect with your story. In fact, there was a research that says that people release the same hormone they release during sex when they hear a good story. So tell stories about your business. Don't be shy about your business stories. People will buy into it. Now, you have to use the right media to reach your audience. Jesus did not wait for sinners to come to him. Jesus was going everywhere. He used mountain, he used boats, he traveled to different places looking for people that are sinners to preach to. Some of you are waiting for people to come to you. How will you make money? People that will come to you, they are broke people. And you'll be broke. So if you don't want to be broke, go where your target audience are. Go where they are. Don't wait for them to come to you. Go where they are. Some of them are in some Facebook groups. Write content that target those groups. Some of them are in networking. You meet them in networking events. I registered for Toastmasters and I registered for Full Gospel Businessmen. The truth is that it's not because of Jesus like that I entered Full Gospel Businessmen. Jesus is part of it all. But there is other motive because I know that my target audience are there. So go where your target audience are. Don't wait for them to come to you. So be everywhere they are. I say this everywhere. Don't be everywhere, but be everywhere your target audience are. If I'm everywhere here, if someone tries to escape through this zone, I can catch the person. If someone tries to escape through that, I can catch. So be everywhere your target audience are, online or offline. So the last thing is people buy offer more than they buy products. People buy offer more than they buy product. It is better for if someone offers you this microphone, come and buy this microphone, and someone else offer you that buy this microphone, I'm going to maintain it for you for the next 4 months. Who are you going to buy from? So what changes? It's the same product, right? But different offers. So there is more to your product than just what you are offering. There's more to your product than just what you are offering. So think of, how can I offerize my product or service? How can you improve the quality of what you are offering to people? If you are just offering product, people will see your product as a commodity. What they can buy from her, what they can buy from her. Oh, Shola is selling it, Bola is selling it. But once you make offers, people will move to you rather than moving elsewhere. So there are just few steps how to make offer. Give people bonus, give them guarantee, offer speed of delivery, price slash also, frequent users privilege. Because you buy from me yesterday, next week I'm going to give you 5% discount. Instead of them to go and pay full price somewhere else, they will come to you. So there's no time for me to explain all this. So here's my advice: always offer upsell or cross-sell. Upsell is something more expensive than what a customer just buy. So when we come to price, they tell us, give your life to Jesus. That's the only thing they tell us, give your life to Jesus. But there is more. After that, they say, attend Bible Believing Church. They start teaching us consecration, sanctification. They are upselling us, improving us. So you also have to improve the quality of your offer. Upsell people. What's more expensive? What better we can use serve your audience? Once they finish buying one, offer them something higher. Some of them will buy. Cross-sell is all about offering something that complements what they just buy. If someone buys a toothbrush, the person will buy toothpaste. They might not buy it from you if you are not offering it. And you don't have to manufacture it yourself. You can partner with someone that manufactures it and just say, oh, you will recommend the product to your own customer. So always offer upsell and cross-sell. They move up, you move them sideways. They move up, you move them sideways. So it is always important. It will help you to make more money from the same customer, right? So have affiliates and give people commission. If you are doing fine, the Bible says one will chase 1,000, two will chase how much? So if I'm doing a business and I offer all of you, I say, if you sell for me, I'm going to give you 20% of the money. You'll be eager to sell. So by having more people that sell for you, you will make more money through that. Whatever the product or service you are offering, start having affiliates that you give commission. Tell them, sell this product for me. I'm going to give you this commission. It improves more people, your visibility, and more people that get your product. Now, offer quality service. The best form of marketing is word of mouth marketing. It is better for me to sell to Mr. Toby if the wife has recommended me to Mr. Toby. Just think about that Samaritan woman that Jesus met at the well. There are a lot of marketing lessons and sales lessons from that scenario. Jesus said, I'm going to give you rivers of water. Jesus told the woman that the husband you are with is not even your husband. So the woman, Jesus offered quality service so much that the woman called her. Hey, come on, I've seen somebody. He offered quality service. So those people, they came towards Jesus, and at the end they said, it's not even because of what you told us, it's because we've seen it ourselves. So those people too, they will go out and call more people for Jesus. That is how it works. Offer quality service. It will improve your brand advocacy. People will start talking about you. And when people start talking about you, it improves your referral. People refer you. People will talk about you. That's free advertisement for you. So always offer quality service. I won't be able to talk about this. Thank you so much.
A round of applause for him, please. Just keep on clapping. Just keep on clapping, please. Like, I really gained a lot. I really learned a lot today, and that was awesome. That was really awesome. Before we move on to the next, let's do a brain test for those that were listening. Because me, I like people that jot things down and people that listen. And I will start. If you know you are attentive in this particular session, just come out. If you are attentive, just come out. Okay. I'll ask the question either ways. You come out or you do not come out, I'll ask the question. You can just raise your hands and answer me from there. There may be a giveaway, there may be no giveaway, but just answer the question from there. It says, you can't sell anything if you can't tell anything. Who wrote the quote? Anybody? Okay. Oh, she didn't write that down. Okay, you didn't hear me. It says you can't sell anything if you can't tell anything. Who wrote the quote? Come on, tell us. Oh, okay. I'll help everybody. Beth Comstock wrote the quote. She told us the quote. She said, you can't sell anything if you can't tell anything. So you cannot sell your product if you can't market your product. I think I'm right. Am I correct? You can't market your product. Ma? Yes, you cannot sell your product if you cannot actually talk about your product. That was what Beth comes around. And I have another question. It says, don't wait for them to come to you. Go where they are. Where is that place taken in the Bible? It was there. It was projected. Oh, she's really great to God. She went to the okay. Oh, a round of applause for her, please. She was attentive. So, do you have something for her? Oh, he has something for you. Okay, my last question is, where is that place? Right audience plus right message plus right offer plus right media is equal to what? Okay, that's awesome. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for paying attention. A round of applause for our guest speaker, please. A round of applause for him. So we are going to give the DJ a little. Thank you. Please continue writing your question. Okay, the first question says, Sirs and Mars, are you listening? First question says, if someone is suffering from a financial challenges and alongside have a business he or she is doing, please how can the person change his or her mindset of doing the business for surviving sake? Or yes, for surviving sake. Should I come again? Okay. First says, if someone is suffering from a financial challenges and alongside have a business he or she is doing, please, how can the person change his or her mindset of doing the business for surviving sake?
Okay. So if I'm to answer that question, with what everybody has said, they do not ask you to leave your business. As you follow your passion or anything else, you have to eat first. But is you saying it's normal to start like that if you've started, but it's wrong for you to remain there. You want to say something? Okay, so what I feel she's saying is that there is something bigger than just eating food with what you are doing. So there is something bigger. There's a way you can expand it. There's a way you can serve better people. There's a way your business, that little things, it can change your life forever. It is all about not remaining small. Do you get what I'm saying now? So
Okay, so let me tell you something about mindset. It doesn't change overnight, and it will not change because I said it today. So it's not going to mindset. You know what your mindset is? Things that you have grown, like things that you literally grew up with. 23 years of your life doesn't change overnight. I hope you understand. But then it's just putting yourself up for a process of change. Process is not. It doesn't just happen. So it's you telling yourself that regardless of me being broke is real. Do you understand? But me saying that, even see, you might come from a family where you guys struggle, like you struggle to eat. So you are like the breadwinner of the house. So definitely everybody is looking at you for survival. So that is enough to put pressure on you. So the survival is not just for you, now it's for your family. But then remember that you own your life. No matter how much your family, they are dependent on you. I don't know if I'm saying the right thing. I don't know if this is directly addressing you. But no matter what your family, whatever pressure they are bringing to you, you own your life. And the earlier you tell yourself that, okay, I understand, like he said, it's okay that you have started that way. Do you understand? But then don't remain there, because it's bigger than you will eat. You'll be satisfied. When I was coming here, I was craving potato chips and chicken. After eating, I've eaten it, I'm gone. But the point is, you will eat and be satisfied. But that's not all there is to life. There is more to life than